Bullshit.
It's the No BS Marketing Show. I'm Dave Mastovich, CEO of Massolutions, the world's only no bullshit marketing firm. When a new process is implemented, there are inevitable bumps in the road. Instead of taking a proactive approach to the challenge, many employees and middle managers ignore or avoid problems they perceive to be outside of their quote-unquote area or their department. If a customer isn't completely satisfied, the frontline response is often an excuse that shifts the responsibility elsewhere. After hearing a new idea, many people only point out potential negatives or say nothing. These and other examples make the not my problem one of the biggest roadblocks to positive change. When you're acting as the change agent, remember it's human nature to do these 5 or 6 things. First, seek the path of least resistance. It's flat out what we're going to do. It's how we're wired as humans. We're going to seek the path of least resistance. The second thing is people avoid incurring blame because throughout their lives, when they were blamed for something, that bothered them and stirs up negative emotions. Third thing is there's a fear of a loss of control or an increased workload resulting from a new process. Fourth, also keep in mind many key departments are responsible for keeping workflow moving, paying attention to details, avoiding mistakes. While this is essential to day-to-day operations, it creates a mindset of getting things done the same old way rather than focusing on new creative ideas. And that's the fifth one, is that people are flat out resistant to change, subconsciously and consciously. So when you're leading a change initiative, what can you do to increase your chances for success? First, find a leadership champion who has the formal or informal authority to gain broad support throughout the organization. Ideally, you would have a senior level sponsor of the new process or idea. Next, communicate clearly and often. Create a sense of urgency among the troops by pointing out both what they stand to lose by standing pat and what will be gained by moving forward. This is important. Robert Cialdini's Principles of Influence, he talks a lot about how people worry about what they stand to lose. So you want to point out both what they stand to lose by doing nothing and what they stand to gain by moving forward with the change. That's an important thing because a lot of times people just talk about the gains of the change when the person who is being affected is thinking about what they're losing. They're losing their easiness. They're losing their comfort with doing it the same old way. You have to point out what they stand to lose and what they stand to gain. You also need to think beyond your immediate area to how other departments will be impacted. Acknowledge there could be some challenges for others during the transition. Listen to constructive feedback, but be firm with naysayers selfishly focusing on the negatives. This is important. Throughout my career as a change agent, it's something that I've seen work, and when I've been off my game, caused trouble. You have to listen to constructive feedback. That's something that you have to hone your skills on. Listen to the constructive feedback. Comment about what you agree with, but be firm. Be firm with naysayers when they're selfishly focusing only on the negatives. Because if you don't listen to that constructive feedback, or if you become defensive, your message gets diluted. So you want to listen to constructive feedback, acknowledge what could be accurate, but be firm and tactful with naysayers, selfishly focusing only on the negatives. If you don't hear from some people, a common mistake is to misperceive their silence as support of your idea. And I've been burned by this one so many times early in my career, got the scars internally to prove it. If you don't hear from someone, it doesn't mean they support it. It means they don't want to say anything to you at that moment or in front of anybody. You need to probe to find out what they really think and flesh out potential roadblocks. The ultimate goal is to achieve some level of buy-in throughout the organization and to have a comprehensive change management plan. Hey, no problem. Thanks for listening to the No Bullshit Marketing Show. Your reviews are the lifeblood of the show because it enables us to improve and find out what's working, and it also helps potential new listeners to hear the good things that they can gain from the insights from our guests and from some of the rants that we do here on the No BS Marketing Show. So please take the time, 1 minute, 47 seconds to fill out a review. It's much appreciated. Also, go to massolutions.biz to sign up for your weekly No BS marketing fix. And also, remember to ask yourself, what's the big idea? And build your story around the answer. It's all about bold solutions, no BS.